The work of a neighborhood chief typically involves solving petty civil disputes and assisting with applications for government subsidies. However, Kaohsiung's Hsianghe Neighborhood is mostly populated by retired soldiers from China, many of whom live alone.
Their neighborhood chief, Liu De-wen, is more of a family member who helps with small errands. He also fulfills many final requests to carry their ashes back to their final resting place in their hometown on the mainland.
This episode of FTV's Hall of Dissent series was recently awarded the Vivian Wu Journalism Award earlier this month. Here's part one of our two-part report.
啊，好呗，让你久等了。来来来，啊，帮你那个送餐来了。
Hsianghe Neighborhood in Zuoying District in Kaohsiung is mostly comprised of retired soldiers from China. They've dubbed Liu De-wen a super neighborhood chief.
老里长了，
你们老了，我也老了啊，老了。对啊，
再过几天就老了。
Liu has served as neighborhood chief for 12 years. Here he's chatting with 85-year-old Huang Hua-mei, whose hometown is Anhui. These old veterans left home after enlisting in the military as youth.
During those years, we were fighting the Japanese. I was the youngest in my family, at just 16 years old. My two older brothers worked the field, so I was asked to become a soldier.
In 1945, a young Huang Hua-mei enlisted and later fought in the Chinese Civil War. When the KMT retreated, he went with KMT troops to Vietnam and then Taiwan. Up until 1987, when martial law was lifted, these retired soldiers were prohibited from communicating with or visiting their families in China.
After this prohibition was lifted, I wrote 2 letters and received no news. I have not been able to make any contact. I left my home in 1943 and have never returned.
Huang has special memories of the place where he now lives. At its peak, there were up to 2,000 people here, though now only 100 remain. This neighborhood chief, Liu De-wen, is concerned about a population that is rapidly aging and dwindling.
In the morning, I rise at about 5 o'clock and begin cleaning the area. Sometimes I get a call from someone saying so-and-so has just died and is in his house. I then immediately rush over.
Liu remembers one year when he participated in 120 funerals. Many of these retired soldiers live independently and have embraced this neighborhood chief as one of their own family members. Sometimes this means asking him to help with everyday chores. His enthusiasm has allowed him to develop a deep relationship with many of these residents.
We
had an elderly man surnamed Gao. One day he asked his nurse to call me and say that I needed to visit him that evening at the hospital. After entering his hospital room, the first thing he did was thank me for a decade of looking after him. He told me he was going to die tomorrow. I told him to relax and just look after his health. The next day I visited him and he was already dead. His simple thanks on that day for my assistance continues to influence me.
Liu cares for retired soldiers as if they were his own family. Many of these 80 to 90-year-olds have one final request: for their remains to be scattered in their hometowns. The first person they think of when asking for help is Mr. Liu.
The first time these elderly men spoke to me about taking their remains back to their hometowns, I just said, focus on your health and we can talk later. After a few months, we began to think that we needed to honor their final request.
Over the past decade, Liu has been low-key about this special civil service. He'll transport 7 to 8 kilograms of ash in a backpack, traveling to several provinces in China at a time to carry out the final wish of retired soldiers. Some have questioned his motives, implying he earns extra money, which greatly upsets him.
Everything is clear. I can honestly say that till now, the money I have received only covered my transportation costs. I received no other remuneration. I definitely haven't taken any other fees. My heart is pure. I only do this out of a commitment to public service. We shouldn't care about what a few people think or what they gossip about.
Despite criticism of his work, Liu says he'll persist. He adds that each time he presents the ashes to the family of a deceased soldier, he feels a strong sense of gratitude and affection.
In 2012, I delivered ashes to Shandong. Upon arriving at the airport, though I had never met these people, they kneeled before me in the arrival hall. They said, "Neighborhood Chief, we first kneel before you to thank you for bringing our father's ashes home. The second genuflection is for my father returning home, and the third is for us to thank you as one of our benefactors." In this moment, my tears began to fall.
Over the past several decades, Liu has helped many retired soldiers complete their final wish of returning home.